you guys remember me saying this near the end of my SML Ken series ranking list? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My next review is going to be about something other than SML. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next review. Well, one of those reviews was on the Tom's Friends episode, Henry and the Elephant. The other review was actually going to be on this episode, Penny Pots and Queens, or Thomas Meets the Queen if you're American. However, like what I said at the beginning of my top 5 best and worst SML endings list, I decided I should reschedule this review to later on this year since I have other stuff to work on. Well, I guess it's time to review it now. So let's talk about Penny Pots and Queens from Tom's Friends. So the plot of this episode is that the Queen is coming to Sodor, and that's it. Now, there are a few things I do like about this episode, but there's also a few things that I don't like about it. Let's start with things I like about the episode. I like the music, I like some of the settings, especially the ones where Thomas and Gordon were puffing back to tennis sheds at the beginning of the episode. And I also like George and Michael's narrations in both the US and the UK version of the episodes. Now, here are the few things I don't like about this episode. For starters, this episode is pretty much a complete continuity error for the entire show. What do I mean by this? Well, listen to what the narrator says at the beginning.
Gordon, the big engine, and Thomas the tank engine puffed buffer to buffer back home. It had been a busy day. First, Thomas had teased Gordon about the time that the big engine had slid into a ditch. Then Thomas fell down a mine, and Gordon came to his rescue.
So apparently this episode is supposed to take place on the same day after Down the Mine and Off the Rails. Well, here's the problem. Down the Mine and Off the Rails were season 1 episodes, and Penny Pots and Queens is a season 4 episode, so they're a little too late to make this episode now. I mean, you could just pretend this is just a season 1 episode, or something like that, but you can't because Duck and Donald appear in the backgrounds, even though they're not supposed to be introduced yet until season 2. I mean, why did they have them in the background if this is supposed to take place after Down the Mine? Here's an idea though. Why not have Penny Pots and Queens the season 1 finale and just have Thomas's Christmas Party the season 4 finale instead? That way it wouldn't be that much of a continuity error. Also, imagine how the Reverend Audrey would react to how one of his stories from the Railway series ended up having to be changed. I mean, this is literally the same guy who got mad over Henry didn't alert a signalman in Henry's forest, so he'll get really mad when he sees one of his stories end up having to be changed for this episode. No, I don't really think this episode is terrible though, but I don't think it's good either. In my opinion, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. Originally, I was going to give it a 4 out of 10 for mediocre, but instead I decided to give it a 5 out of 10 for meh. So that's really all I have to say about this episode. Overall, it's just meh. Anyways, that's my thoughts on Penny Pots and Queens. My next review is going to be on the Tom's Friends episode, Better Late Than Never. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next review. Sorry though if this review is a bit short.